how do you know? How do you know when it's right? And Matt Cullen apparently called Brett Hadikin. He says you need to come here, come to Carolina because it's something's happening here. It's I feel it. It's there, and obviously they were right. They won the Stanley Cup in '06. Matt Cullen went on to win other cups. So, do you can you know now that okay, yeah, I there is something here in Carolina, or you're not even at the halfway point. But so let me distill it. What have you learned, do you think, since you came to Carolina that maybe it's reinforced that this was the right place for you?
Yeah. Well, I definitely think it. I think it was. I think it was the right decision for sure, especially in a very weird free agency market with no cap space for basically every team in the league, and so I think there were very extenuating circumstances on that end from the financial aspect of it. That being said, I think that this particular team in this situation, I really do think it was the right call. I mean, you start from the top in Rod Brendamore, which, I mean, you couldn't find a better coach to play for, someone that truly cares, not just about winning, which he does, but like truly cares about every guy in the locker room. Like, you can go to him with anything. You can talk to him about stuff. You can say, hey, I saw this thing differently, and he'll actually talk it through with you. He's not a totalitarian. He's very much open book, and just a fantastic person to be around. High energy, high excitement, very intense, but in a good way. Demands a lot, but in a fair way. Which I think is kind of like the perfect storm for a coach. As a bit of a fellow suitcase to Mike, I've had a lot of coaches, and it's a tough balance. It's a tough mix to kind of get right. It's a tough recipe to get the proportions right, if you will. But he does it very, very well. And then going through the personnel in our room, I mean, just a lot of guys that are on great contracts, which is the only really, you have to be able to do that. You have to have underpaid guys, because with the cap, especially not moving the past couple of years and potentially not moving for the next couple of years, it's tough to get players. There's a good mix of young guys that come up that have been really good for us. So, I mean, kind of all these things, again, kind of meld into that perfect storm of a very successful team with good veteran presence, but not too old, with young guys that are contributing, kind of checking all those boxes. And, we had a great mindset. We're very businesslike, and our goal is to win the Stanley Cup. It's not to make the playoffs. It's not to, have a good showing in the playoffs, not to we'll see how things go. It's to win the Stanley Cup. That's it. So I think that singular mindset will benefit us in the long run.